pura música bonita. Saludos para toda la gente tuned in right now on Tejano Times. That's right, saludos para mi gente de Fort Wayne, Indiana. Saludos para Saratoga, California. Turlock, Salinas, how y'all doing this morning? También saludos para mi gente de Turlock, Modesto. Escalon, Patterson, Woodbridge, Lodi, Waco, Texas. And they pause for a minute. ¿Cómo estamos esta mañana? We had the legendary Mr. Johnny Hernandez right here in the studios with us. Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
Mario, I'm doing fine, thank you. It's always a pleasure to visit with you and talk and lie and make up stories and, you know, just have a good time. I'm doing fine, gracias.
How you been? Pretty good?
Everything's fine. I'm, you know, constantly trying to keep my health up by working out and preparing for a real nice gig that's coming up that I'll talk about in a second in San Antonio and other things that are happening here in California.
Nice. So, you're still doing it every day. You just did a song with Mr. Hugo Guerrero, right? Tell us about that real quick.
Wow, that was a great production that Hugo did. And like I said, I think we spoke about it before it came out. I was driving back from L.A. and Hugo called me. And so I stopped because I saw that it was him, so I stopped to take the call. And he asked me if I would do a duet with him, a song for his album. It's his first album on his own label. So it's there. So I said, yeah, I'd love to do it. Digo, te lo voy a mandar on an MP3. Just learn it, and then let me know when you're ready for me to transfer the music to your studio over there, and you can do the voice tracks. And excuse me. So I said, yeah, I'll listen to it. So I learned it. I got familiar with it, and about 3-4 days later, I called him and I said, okay, go ahead and send it. Aquí está, the guy you're going to talk to, and send the tracks, and I'll do the voice track. And man, it's a great song, and I love it. And what I love more about it, man, is that I think I've talked about this too. Is the when we get into the bridge, el estribo of the song, the harmonies are designed like conjunto style. Instead of like the orchestra, so like you and I normally do, the harmonies real close together. We're doing them very separate, apart, like conjunto singers do, like Tone La Rosa used to do, you know, Rapito Zúñiga, and conjuntos like that, you know. So I love the bridge because the harmony splits up. It's pretty far apart. And it's and the other thing is, of course, I've talked about that Hugo started with me in La Onda Tejana. I was the first band that he worked with.
With
Johnny Hernandez in Third Coast.
Third Coast, okay.
30 years ago, and he was very young and very energetic and talented, you know. And I saw the talent that he had, so I offered him the opportunity to record on my albums. And I told him, you know, one of these days, you're going to be a big star, man. And he did, and he hit las canciones que grabó conmigo. People really loved him. And 30 years later, he called me to sing a song on his album. And that's the beauty of this story, you know, that really what comes around goes around, you know. And I thought it was really cool that as the decades went by, I continued to do what I'm doing. Hugo grew in popularity and started producing himself. And 30 years later, he calls me and says, would you sing a song on my album?
Wow, nice.
So that was really cool,
hey,
man.
Pero en verdad, though, I mean, this guy been called the Charanga King, right?
Yeah, Charanga was the international hit. I mean, worldwide.
Worldwide, yes.
It went all around the world, and I'm very proud of him for that, you know. And now he's got his own label, and this is his first album that he's releasing on it. It may already be out, I'm not sure, but I know at any moment, you know.
Congratulations to Hugo, ¿verdad?
Yeah, so we did that song together, and I think it's gotten good.
Yes.
response.
Well, I'm playing it here on Tejano Times también, so we're going to be hearing it here in a little bit, ¿verdad?
Okay.
Johnny, one of the things that I want to talk about today is the boundaries. There's no boundaries. There's no limits no more, right? The other day you posted something on Facebook that a radio station was playing one of your songs all the way across the country.
Yeah, what was it? That a friend had just told me that he heard. Oh, my compadre, Leroy Portillo from New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oregon, New Mexico, which is right next to Las Cruces.
Yeah.
He works in Saudi Arabia, and by the way, big shout out to his brother David Portillo. I believe he's in Hobbs now. They are my saviors. That when I did the sweat 22 years ago, Leroy invited me to do the sweat and clean me up. And cleaned us over for 22 years now because of that. And David, his brother, was a shaman of the tribe, and he made me my medicine bag. So big shout out to David. I think he's listening. I believe he is listening. And the whole family, Portillo family. But compadre sent me a text a couple of days ago. And he's working in Saudi Arabia, and he said, "Yeah, I just heard one of your songs, the one I wrote, I Found Heaven."
I Found Heaven.
Yeah, and I said, "Really? Where? You know?" And he says, he didn't tell me which Tejano radio station, but he just said on one of the Tejano stations that I listen to out here. And I thought, wow, you know, that's pretty neat.
That is, es lo que digo yo. Yeah, Johnny, we are in a whole different era right now, right? As an artist, somebody trying to get their new music out there. This is the way to do it now, right?
Yeah.
Internet radio, it's where it's at. You know what I mean? We have no boundaries. There's no limits to where our music can go now. You know what I mean?
And congratulations to you for your brand new project, your own program, Tejano Times.
Wow.
You know, I'm so proud of you and so happy for you and Melanie.
Thank you.
I know it's a family affair, you know.
Yes.
And you guys are doing great. And you've been doing excellent since you started. I mean, you hit the ground running when you started DJing, and now you've got your own program. And that's why this morning when I posted, join me at 10:30 with Mara Mirales on Tejano Times, brand new Tejano radio, with Tejano music keeps growing, you know, and it keeps expanding and growing and growing. And none of this negative sayings help Tejano music, don't die, that's a negative statement.
Yes.
Tejano music has never died, never will. It's always positive. And that's why I posted Tejano music keeps growing, you know.
We are.
Yeah.
We are growing every day. There's new music, Johnny. As a DJ and staying on top of the music, I can't. Sometimes I can't because there's so many new music coming out every day. New artists and great artists.
Every month, 50-something CDs are released, and the venues are packed, and you know, fanfare. Like I said before, they're thinking of moving it because it gets too crowded now. 100,000 people, you know. So the reason people say that and they stay stuck in that saying is because, like every industry, Tejano music has its ups and downs, and it's gone through, you know, high parts and its valleys and everything. But it's been several years now that it's on the up.
Yeah.
Bounce up,
Yes.
you know, back on going, climbing up, and now with internet radio, it's just worldwide, you know,
All over.
So it's always positive. Say Tejano music continues to grow. Tejano music is growing fast. Tejano music on the move. Say something positive always, you know.
Always. And look at the, you know, and you're a part of it, though. I mean, you can actually sit back and see all this just growing in front of you, right?
I started out when we were recording with 2 tracks. Imagine that.
Yeah.
1 microphone for the band and 1 microphone for me and Joe to sing into.
This todo.
I mean, that's 2 tracks. That's it. And then we moved on to 4 tracks. And then 8 tracks. And then 16, and then, you know, 32 and as many as you want. But we started with 2-track recording and local radio stations that only went 50-mile radius or whatever. Now we're, you know, worldwide.
Exactly.
We have a lot of people listening in that send me hellos, and I want to give some shout-outs to when you get ready. You know, first, I want to like to I send a big shout out to beautiful Valentina Estrada.
Valentina Estrada.
Listening to
Awesome person right there.
I'm doing a new project with her. We're working on an album, on her, but it takes time. And I've got 2 songs in the can, as they say. One of them we just finished, and let me tell you, Mario, it's going to be a surprise. It's ready, but I won't release it until a few months from now. But Valentina did a great job on the vocals, and the style is Tejano, cumbia, but with a twist, and very, very solid, production. And I did this with Joseph Martinez, my partner in crime here in Modesto. We do it at his studio, which is a private studio, The only other artist that I know of that records there is Al Aleman, my good friend Al Aleman, who's releasing a smooth jazz album soon that's going to be on my label, and so that it's a vehicle for him to put it out, But it's a private studio, but we have a lot of fun working in the studio, and Valentina just did her vocals for the first song last weekend, and we just finished mixing it 2 days ago. So I'm going to try and hold on as long as I can before I release it. Yeah, because I'm excited about it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I got to be the first one playing it on the air, right?
You got it.
Okay,
you know it.
We'll meet at midnight again.
That's right.
That was a true story, though, right? Because you had promised me something, and first of all, let me say you brought it up right about me starting my own station, but a lot of people don't know that. Many years ago, a few years ago, I had talked to you on the phone, and I told you that what I wanted to do. I'm a weekend DJ, and I really wanted to do something else. I wanted to go work for another radio station, and that
was in 2010 when I moved to Modesto, and I met you.
Yes,
at my sweetheart. Friend Marianne Alonso.
Oh my God!
Partner that I call her partner.
There was a true story about that. Me said, "Well, I know Johnny Hernandez," and everybody always say they know that person, but like I see, but she really, knew you.
Marianne's my dear friend. And Barbara, of course.
Yes,
and
all of them.
A lot of other people, but that's where I met you at her house, and that's when you. Confided in me what I thought,
and went to work for another radio station, and gracias, I still got my brothers and sisters over there at 24/7.
Oh yeah,
I got nothing but love and respect for them, but I want it more though, Johnny. I want it more, and this is where I'm at today, and because of people like you who motivate me. Also, another big name for me right now would be Donnie Medina, which is the creation of Tejano Time, would help me day and night. This guy, an awesome person. He's from Waco, Texas.
Oh, Waco, man, my neighbors.
Yo pensaba que Waco, Texas estaba en el valle, pero no está.
No, it's 35 miles north of Temple. And Austin is 65 miles south of Temple.
Yes.
So we're right in between both those towns.
So that was my man who got me started a couple of weeks ago and said, Mario, we can do this. And he shot me some stuff. And from there, he worked 24/7 for me.
It's a natural growth process. What you did is like when I went from being with my brother, the Latin era, y luego La Familia, for just about 25 years. And then I started my band, Third Coast. There comes a time when you fly El Nido, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
And you have to go out on your own, and it's something that you grow into. And it's a natural process of evolution.
Yeah.
And you've done it.
Well, let's hear the new song with Mr. Hugo Guerrero and answer some messages here real quick. So we're going to listen to the new song with Mr. Hugo Guerrero, Johnny Hernandez, Que Ganates Corazón. What a beautiful title, that one, right, Johnny?
Oh, yeah, that's a great
All right,
song.
let's hear that one really quick.
Corazón por defenderla, que ganaste corazón por adorarla. Ya lo viste, ahora tienes que perderla, porque nada ganarías con perdonarla. La quisiste diste con tu amor toda tu vida. No pensaste, corazón, en el olvido. Y ahora sufres el dolor de su partida. Llora, pero nunca la perdones. Anda y busca por tu bien otro cariño. Vete acostumbrando a las traiciones, porque muchas hallarás en tu camino. Si te quiso, no te quiso. Ella sabe, corazón, si la quisiste. Pero en cambio, todo el mundo muy bien sabe que ella goza, corazón, y tú estás triste. Es difícil olvidar lo que se adora. Sin embargo, tu deber es ignorarla. Y si hay justicia en este mundo, ¿para qué llora? Con el tiempo, corazón, has de olvidarla. Llora, pero nunca la perdones. Anda y busca por tu bien otro cariño. Vete acostumbrando a las traiciones, porque muchas hallarás en tu camino.
Que ganates corazón, Hugo Guerrero, Johnny Hernandez. What a beautiful song, Johnny.
You know, Hugo's playing every instrument on that recording.
Really?
Everything, man.
He's really that talented.
He's that talented.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
How many instruments can you play?
I don't play an instrument. I use the piano to compose and to, enjoy myself, but I couldn't get up and play at that. But, I know my way around the piano.
I'm going to tell you something nobody ever knows, okay? Or nobody ever knew. I wanted to be an accordion player.
Okay.
Pero so I could have all the girls, but no se me hizo, ¿verdad que no?
Right, yeah, well, that's generally the reason any artist or musician gets into the business.
Yeah.
The girls.
Let's do some shout-outs really quick. Let's send saludos para Elizabeth Gonzalez Rios from Arizona. My good friend tuned in. ¿Cómo estamos esta mañana? Dora Jean también. Now, Dora Jean.
Dora, how you doing, Dora?
She is an awesome person, man.
She really is.
Everything about her, man. Every time she sends me a message, she'll post on Facebook for me también, que dice, it holds me, from the heart, you know what I mean?
She's wonderful. And the whole family is part of, my family. Los de Leones, Austin, Texas.
We also have a couple of radio stations también. Tejano Lips tuned in. Sadalia, I don't know if you've met her yet. If you haven't, you will meet her. They're based, I don't know where they're based out of. I know Sadalia's from Washington State, so I'm thinking the radio station, it's based out of Washington.
What's the name of the radio station?
Tejano Lips.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. And then Sas is a good friend of mine. Her and Chuki's they're DJs for that radio station, Tejano Lips, right? Nomás que bien gritona la Sas. I'm telling you, when you meet her, you're going to put the earphones on, okay?
Se vale. Okay.
And again, también saludo para Mr. Marcus Daniel. New artist, have you heard him yet?
I'm not sure. I may have heard without knowing.
Marcus Daniel. We're going to be playing one of his songs para que lo oigas. He actually did a tribute, El Papalote. Remember the song?
Negro.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll hear that here in a little bit. Para que me digas.
Okay.
He did an awesome job there también. Un saludo para toda la gente allí de Patterson, California. Johnny, who do you have?
Well, I've got a dear friend of mine, most of these people are dear friends of mine. Wallace Guerrero in Beeville, Texas. Yeah, Teresa Rangel, Lulu, and mi tocayo Johnny Vasquez in El Paso. My former mother-in-law and still friend and dear friend of mine, Amanda Clara Leon, Mara Garcia, Jose Canales, un carnal mío, camarada, que now lives in Victoria. And I met him during the cotton field days in Plainview, Texas, when we used to go pick cotton, and then we went back with the Ladniers y conocí al carnal Jose Canales con toda la palomilla ahí de Plainview. Ray Verala, good friend, también de acá de LA area, Whittier, California, yeah, real cool.
Los Pachucos.
Yes, sir. And Dolores Hernandez, Chavela Castro, Sainz, Leti Olivares, Rabo, Marianne Zuniga, Melanie Mireles.
Yeah.
How about that?
You're on Facebook, huh?
Mario Mireles.
Leti Olivares is an awesome person también.
Oh.
You know, yes, you gotta get to know her también. She's an awesome person, and her sister Liz también.
And shout out to Jaime, Frankie, Robert Reyes, and Roberto Gloria.
Oh yes,
Texas Fun.
Oh, my good friend, aquí de Modesto, California, Mr. Rob G.
Vita Maria, Israel Diaz, Valentina's son. We're tight. Israel and I are both Sagittarius. We're really tight. And my dear friend Robin Escalante, who did the editing for my book. She's up in Fresno. Big shout out to Robin. Meliton Garcia from Robstown, Texas. And Daniel Moya, Eleanor Salas Barajas, Irma Castro, Francis Lindsay, and David Portillo that I mentioned a while ago, and Art Gonzalez, Juan and Rachel Banda, Alicia Espinosa. And that's just a few of the people that are listening in. You know?
Wow, nice. También para Mr. Ya sabes, Saúl y Elizabeth, allá de Patterson, California, que te mandan saludos también.
All right, and you mentioned somebody from Elizabeth, the Raleigh.
The Raleigh también, that was another Elizabeth también, yeah. She's tuned in from Arizona. She said she met you in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So many people, right? We're like a big family.
It's one extended family throughout the universe.
Wow. Anyways, and we got fanfare coming up. Johnny Hernandez, are we going to be able to see you out there?
I'm not planning to right now unless I have to go back because I will be in San Antonio. When you're ready, I'd like to talk about that concert that we're. You ready to talk about it?
We could talk about it right now. Yes, let's talk about it.
All right, I will be in San Antonio on March 5th. That's a Sunday. That's March 5th. There is a really incredible concert happening out there, Mario, and it's produced by my good friend Henry Peña of San Antonio Oldies Radio Show. A great show, man. They play national artists, oldies, but they play all of the West Side.
What's the name of the radio station?
San Antonio Oldies.
San Antonio Oldies?
saoldies.com. saoldies.com. Henry Pepsi Peña. And he's producing what they call the Patio and They Lose concert. Patio and They Lose concerts were like San Antonio's own, I would say, like American Bandstand. Only they didn't film it. I wish they had. Back in the 50s, all the way up to, I think, the 70s. And it was a little venue in El Barrio donde estaba un patio. And I guess they only had one light there, you know, and una luz, you know. But that's where, I don't know whether Saturdays or Sundays, but one day out of the weekend, toda la raza se iba ahí, and they'd party there. And it was like, and Henry Peña hosted it, and he was like Dick Clark, and it was like an American Bandstand. And let me tell you, Sananto, what this concert is about, it's not just music, it's a culture, man.
Yeah.
Our culture. San Antonio is very much like LA in the car clubs. They've had car clubs forever, all over San Antonio, and all the car clubs would people would meet there at the patio and the luz, and go dance to all the happening top 40 music, and then all the bands that record around, like when Sonny started out, you know, a bunch of the other the Royal Jesters, and all the West Side guys that were starting out, including Joe Bravo, that were starting out to record English music, you know, at the top 40. All of that was happening, and they continued. They've never stopped playing the oldies in San Antonio, and it's an oldies and car clubs, at the lowriders and all of that. So I guess in the 70s, sometime early 70s, it stopped for whatever reason. The venues closed down, you know, and now Henry Peña, this is the second year, I believe, a consecutive year that he's bringing it back to life. So this concert that is March the 5th, it starts at 5 o'clock. It's called Patio and the Luz Concert. It's at the Tobin Center for the Performing Arts in San Antonio. Tardeada, it starts at 5 o'clock again. And it's not just music, it's a cultural thing. And we're going to have a lot of the local artists and some national artists. For example, they have a gentleman by the name of Monroe Powell who does a tribute to the Platters, and I believe he traveled with the group, the Platters. So you can imagine what that's going to be.
Yes.
Like. We have the great Barbara Lynn of You Lose a Good Thing.
Oh, yeah.
This will be my second concert that I perform in with her, and she's going to be there. We got Joe Bravo doing his English hits that he recorded back then. You know, we have a gentleman called Will Owen Gage. He's doing a tribute to Duck Sam, and they tell me this guy is awesome, man. And Duck Sam is a Chicano to us. Era Gabacho, you know.
Yeah.
But we like to kid that he was more Chicano than we were. He was from the West Side. Hablaba español, and you know he was San Antonio, man. You know.
Wow.
We got the great vocalist, man, one of the best vocalists around, Joe Jama.
Joe Jama, yes.
He'll be.
How's he been?
I guess he's doing okay para que esté, you know, en el concierto.
Yeah,
but he's been ill. You know, he's been ill.
Good.
But he's going to be there.
All right.
You have JJ and the Deltones, and you have George Rivas, who's awesome singer también, and another awesome singer, and he's going to be performing with the Sunglows, man. The Sunglows are getting together. I haven't played with the Sunglows since it was Sending the Sunglows, you know.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
The originals.
The original Sending the Sunglows. Yeah. And George Rivas is going to be doing a tribute to Sonny and to Bobby Mack and Tony Ray, the guys that have recorded with the Sunglows, you know. Wow. So they're going to be there. And then we got Los Blues, man. Now, let me tell you who Los Blues were. When Chicago came out, I believe in 67, 68, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears came out, and we started recording some of their songs, and then I started writing songs like This Time, along with that sound, with the horns and everything. Yeah. There was a group in Las Vegas called Los Blues, and most of them were from San Antonio, including Randy Garabay, was a guitar and singer, incredible singer, and Cleto Escobedo. Now, you've watched Jimmy Kimball's show. Jimmy Kimball's, okay. Yes. The leader of the band, the young guy with the beard, the saxophone player, that's Cleto the Third. His father is next to him playing the tenor. That's Cleto, a junior, I believe, or a senior and junior, one of the ones. But those two guys, El Papa, the older gentleman, the young guy is the one in charge of the band for Jimmy Kimball. And his father was part of the blues, Los Blues, rather. And this band, carnal, was as good as Blood, Sweat, and Tears, or better. You know, Joe and I and some of the guys, Tony Matamoros, and a couple of other guys that were in the band, were hanging around Vegas in the late 60s, and we had heard about them, and we went to see them, and we sat, it was a club, and we sat close to them, and they blew us away, man. And then they got off and they recognized us, Randy. And, hey, what are you guys doing here? So we had a good time. We popped a cigarette. we were being hippies, but we did it right there at the table, man. Nobody bothered us, So that was nice, for back then, and we were blown away by them. So anyway, now
you are so down to earth, man.
Well, it was common. We're coming from Berkeley, theater at Berkeley, where everybody was smoking todos, in the streets and everywhere. So, but Los Blues are having a get together, and what's going to happen? Randy was an incredible guitar player and vocalist, man. Randy got it right, and his brother, of course, Ernie, continues the tradition, the Los Brothers, and he's one of my favorite singers, Ernie. But Michelle Garibay is Randy's daughter. She's going to do a tribute with Los Blues to her father. And that's going to be an awesome presentation, performance. They got another group called the Commandos with Ralph Cortez and other artists that I didn't have a chance to
write down.
Make notes. Yeah, but tickets you can call 210-223-8624. I'll repeat that: 210-223-8624. The concert is called Patio and a Luz, L-U-Z. And the tickets are going fast. So if you're interested, you're going to go to San Antonio from out of state early to go to Fanfare, come see the show because, like I said, it's not just music. It's music, our people performing it. Yeah. Going back to the 50s when, they were sounding as good as the national recording artists. And they were coming from San Antonio, Victoria, Texas, Temple, Texas, Austin, Texas. Yeah. All these artists that we were coming up with and recording. I did Ramona, and I did Little Girl in My Dreams, and I did, for example, I'm going to do Confidential. One of the songs I'm going to do.
You've done that before, no? On one of your CDs?
Yeah. I redid it on the This Time Again CD. Yeah. Where I did This Time Again. But the first time I recorded it was before I did Por Un Amor. The first time I recorded Confidential first, and with two horns, and I'm going to be doing that song along with probably CC Ryder and Sweet Home Chicago, and This Time, and that's what it's about. Or Raza that plays the blues and R&B and plays oldies and of course again Ms. Barbara Lynn with one of the biggest hits ever. As the oldies, You Lose a Good Thing. Yeah. So it's a cultural thing, con la música, coming from our own people, and it's a beautiful venue, man. And they put a couple of $1 million into it to renovate it, and this will be my first time there since it used to be, I think it was the City Coliseum or something like that, Civic Center. No me acuerdo, but they renovated it and totally changed it. So, so I'm going to be there on March 5th. Okay. And then I'm flying back March 6th. And I really hadn't planned on going to a Fanfare.
Anyway, we're going to be putting up that number again, okay? And if you guys send me that flyer so I can put it on my webpage so people can see it también. Wow, yeah, but we're going to be going to San Antonio for the very first time. And out of all I'm not even asking about the music, Johnny. I'm actually, where can I find the best menudo, is what I'm asking, right?
Well, let me tell you, if you're in San Antonio,
everything is probably good, right?
Everywhere you're going to find good menudo and good everything.
Good.
I'm serious. It's dangerous for me to go to San Antonio because I eat too much.
Wow. Especially if you're on a diet.
They got the best food in the world, carnal.
And your book también, your autobiography, how's it doing?
It's doing well, thank you. And in fact, I'm going to have it available there at the Tobin Center. Right. On March 5th. They asked me to bring some. I went to Austin a couple of months ago for a book signing thing. Yeah. And that's been excellent. So now I'm going to have it. Henry Peña came over to my gig over there in Austin. So he said, well, bring your book and we'll make a book signing thing. Because everybody's going to have their the merchandise there. And then I have one coming up, and al rato we'll talk about it again,
Yeah.
here in California.
And just to let everybody know también that if you go to www.tejanotimes.com to the webpage, you can click on the store, and I put your book up for sale there. I did it because I got nothing but love and respect for you, right? But I did it because, I want to help. And
well, that helps a lot, and I appreciate it,
if you click on the book, it'll take you right to Amazon, right?
Right. The book is called The Cotton Picker
Yes.
and Odyssey.
Yeah.
And it's on Amazon. Just go to Amazon and type in Johnny Hernandez, The Cotton Picker. I don't think before you even put The Cotton Picker and Odyssey, I think if you just start putting The Cotton Picker, it comes up right
It comes
away.
up real quick.
Yeah.
Or you can go, like I said, to Tejano Times webpage right there on store and click on that. It takes you right to their website, right to the book, so you can purchase it.
Go to my website.
Or go to Johnny. That's right.
www.johnnyhernandez.biz, B-I-Z. When it opens up, click on buy now, the book. And when that opens up, it gives you the option to buy it on paperback or on Kindle.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's available.
All right, let's hear another song, Johnny, de Volada. I was telling you about my good man, Marcus Daniel.
Yeah.
That he had made a tribute to Mr. Bobby Butler.
How
Passed
cool,
away, man. Awesome. He was an awesome person right there.
My brother Bobby, yeah. And I mean that sincerely. He became family with us. Iba y comía ahí con mom and agarraba las tortillas a mano.
I'm telling you.
Just like us,
We got to hang out with him a little bit in Vegas también, ¿verdad que sí? And awesome person, the few minutes that I got to spend with him, it was awesome. And so Marcus Daniel did a tribute to Mr. Bobby Butler. Let's hear it real quick, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more, Johnny.
Cuando yo
cuando dice, zapateale. Awesome. What do you think?
Oh, man, that's a really nice tribute to Charro, man. And I got to tell you, I know it's got to be in the same key. It sounds like the identical key that Charro did it in. And that helps to the tribute in itself, because it would still be nice if you'd have done it in a higher key or whatever. But it sounds like Charro, you know?
It sounds good, huh?
Yeah, man.
Awesome job.
Great job.
Marcus, te aventaste.
Daniel.
I think he's got about maybe 4 or 5 songs. Not for sure, but I'm hoping he's going to come out with a CD pretty soon. But like I say, new artists. Again, I tell you,
that's what we're talking about.
Because we get new artists every day. Our music keeps growing, and there's no boundaries. There's no limits anymore. And I always tell the people, the artists, you know what I mean? Use the new technology to promote yourself.
Yeah, it's endless. You know, it's you only put limits on yourself now. That's the only limits you have.
Exactly. Miss Shady, allá de Patterson, California. Gracias, mi amiga. We're right here. Love Johnny Hernandez. Hey, what happened to me? Everybody loves Johnny, right? Nobody says, I love Mario.
Well, to love me is to love Mario.
Okay. There it is.
Thank you.
There it is. Wow. So, well, let me tell you a little bit. También, like I said, let's go back to fanfare. I'm gonna head out there with my station.
Good.
And promote my station out there for the very first time. Actually, going to San Antonio, Texas. And we've been there one time. Melanie and I, we went there about 6 years ago on business, though. It wasn't para bailar, because Melanie likes to drink and dance.
Well, who doesn't?
But like I said,
yeah, that's good.
And again,
but
I know
San Anton's a beautiful town, man.
Beautiful people.
Whether you just go to look around or on business or to perform, it's just a great town to go to.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about Melanie, también saludo para Melanie.
Yes.
Because without her, Johnny, this would not be happening.
Oh, I know that.
So,
you know, she's done a great job of supporting you, and you know, it takes a good team to communicate and be on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, she's done wonderful.
She does really good supporting me. I'm trying to get the messages here for us. También we have people in Canada. ¿Qué te dije? También we have people in France listening también.
Oh, wow.
Now, these people are probably in the military, right, Johnny, that know you?
I guess. Yeah, a lot of the military people that travel around the world have known us forever. Like I said, I went to Germany, Ramstein Air Force Base in 92 and performed out there. And, you know, so they know us, you know, throughout the globe.
Look at that. So we were talking about now you can sit back and relax and see our culture grow even more.
Yeah. It's amazing because like
you were a part of it though. You gotta give yourself credit. You know what I mean? You gotta give yourself credit because you guys were one of the inventors of all this music.
I never actually talked about it. I said, well, you know, it's never sounds good for someone to toot their own horn, and I just, you know. But business-wise, once I started learning business on my own, I started taking notes of where it started, how it started, and that's why I talk about it in my book, The Godfather, Ciro Lopez, Godfather of Tejano music, and we were there. And then I started realizing, man, we were creating a genre without knowing it.
Right.
And which was first called La Onda music, and then they tried a Tex-Mex for a little while, and that didn't work. They tried Chicano music, and it's not right because I like I've explained, we're all Chicanos, Mexican Americans, but then Tierra and Malo and El Chicano, you know, and Sapo, they're all Chicanos, but they don't play Tejano music.
Yeah.
Tejano music was created in Texas by a handful of groups, Little Joe and the Latiniers, San Isun and the Sunglow Sunliners, and then we became La Familia, and Shorty and the Carvettes, and Agustin Ramirez and Joe Bravo, and other groups that didn't make a big scene, but that were there, you know, throughout Texas. But that's when we were creating the genre of Tejano, which is horn bands. You know, it's American music fused into a Mexican song, because we're Mexican Americans. We're Americans first, of Mexican descent.
Yeah.
Valentina came up with the saying, American Mexicans instead of Mexican Americans, American Mexicans, because we are first and foremost Americans of Mexican descent.
Yeah.
So it's I grew up listening to the blues and big band and everything, and top 40 and all of that, and the Latin ears were playing horn riffs that were from big band, with the two horns, and as the music evolved, as our bands evolved, we started using, like when Chicago came in, there was a big influence on all the bands, and we started using the chord progressions that are jazz chord progressions, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears use them, and we love jazz, so and like for the one song that we started with a Tonight intro, Doc Severinsen and the big orchestra. We used that for one of the intros, and then we go into the polka and Échale Cinco, what was it? Échale Cinco al piano. I think we were singing it, and then I did Do the Dog in the middle of it, and went back to. So we were, using our American music influence and fusing it with the Mexican song, de José Alfredo Jiménez or whoever, and that's Tejano music.
Yes. And I'm afraid when people tell me, Money, what's Tejano music? I tell them it's very diverse. It's from blues to rock to country,
it's
all mixed
into one.
But and it's beautiful though.
And before that, you had what was called La Orquesta, and it was a huge orchestra, like Tommy Dorsey or Luis Alcaraz, Glenn Miller, como Beto Viejo en Colorado, and orchestras like that, and they were just simply called orquestas.
Yeah.
And you had conjunto, which we still have, the Tejas y todo, but they weren't called Tejano conjunto. They were just called conjunto
music. Yeah.
But when we created this genre, que Ciro Lopez was spearheading all of that, then it started getting recognized as a title with an identity, and it ended up with Tejano music, And that's why when they say Chicano music, well, we're all Chicanos, but we play different styles of music.
Yeah. So what do you say about a new artist that's getting ready to do a CD? Would you recommend them to be very diverse on their CD? And what I mean by that, do you see, besides just Tejano music, would you recommend oldies in it,
if
country?
If they're going to market it for a Tejano audience, I would recommend that they do, at least 7 of the songs Tejano music. Español, polka, rancheras, or whatever. And then you can do a cumbia or 2 and maybe one oldie. But I wouldn't do a lot of oldies, and then it's not Tejano anymore. If it's Tejano, you gotta have at least 80% of the music Tejano.
Gotta be Tejano.
Like I do that, and I put one English song in there, or at the most 2, but normally it's 1, and then a cumbia or something,
Yeah.
That's what I would recommend, because it's just like if they want to go listen to a Tejano band. Of course, we're known for playing a variety of styles.
Yeah.
But if it's a Tejano dance, when they're going to go hear me, they're going to hear 85% Tejano, and then 1 or 2 blues or something.
And some good cumbias.
Yeah, and some good cumbias, but they want to go hear Tejano. That's what that's why they're going to hear that, So,
I'm trying to think. Last time I see you perform was in Modesto at the Red Event Center. And you played a cumbia there, and ever since then se me quedó en la cabeza, but I just don't remember the name of it.
La Mucura.
La Mucura está en... That's one, yes.
Wait till you hear this band that al rato, when you play some music, and then we'll come back. I'm going to do a gig in Union City. I just got it a couple of days ago. I just signed a contract at Mexico Lindo.
Mexico Lindo. Well, you were talking about that little project that was happening, right?
Yeah, Mexico Lindo.
Well, why don't we play another song real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about Mexico Lindo and Union City, right? So everybody can know. Okay, let's do that. Let's find Johnny Hernandez, I Found Heaven. Johnny, how's this song doing right here?
Apparently it's doing good. It's being played in Saudi Arabia.
Right? Let's hear it. Johnny Hernandez, I Found Heaven.
Then when I looked into her eyes, and in them I got lost, I knew I had to have this girl, no matter what the cost. And let me say it loud and clear, I never felt that way before. The things you whispered in my ear, I saw the light walk through the door into heaven, 'cause I found heaven. My heart went soaring high above. I'll never leave her. How could I leave her? 'Cause I found heaven in her love. I hadn't really seen her, and then I caught a glance. That's when I made it through the crowd and asked her out to dance. Then when I looked into her eyes, and in them I got lost, I knew I had to have this girl, no matter what the cost. And let me say it loud and clear, I never felt that way before. The things she whispered in my ear, I saw the light walk through the door and into heaven, 'cause I found heaven. My heart went soaring high above. I'll never leave her, brother, how could I leave her? 'Cause I found heaven in her love. Into heaven, 'cause I found heaven. My heart went soaring high above. I'll never leave her. How could I leave her? 'Cause I found heaven in her love. Into heaven, 'cause I found heaven. My heart went soaring high above. I'll never leave her. Mama, how could I leave her? 'Cause I found heaven in her love. Into heaven, 'cause I found heaven. My heart went soaring high above.
Johnny Hernandez, I found heaven. Saludos para toda mi gente that's on that grito box. Shout out to Mr. Gilbert, shout out de allá de Florida. Ya sabes, allá de Patterson, California. Elizabeth, también saludos a ustedes allá de Patterson, California. ¿Cómo estamos? I'm not being rude, guys. I'm trying to multitask, right, Johnny?
There you go.
I'm making coffee. What do you think about the coffee today?
It woke me up. Yes, it's strong.
Vamos a mandar saludos para Hair Designs by Tina. Tina Roca, que fanática de tu, Barbara and Mary's sister también, Tina.
Oh, yes.
She loves you, Johnny, también.
I love that. We met that family, their parents, in the 70s, and I met Marianne, who introduced me to my former wife, Pat. And we had, that's one of the best things that ever happened in my life.
Nice.
And even though we're not together anymore, Pat and I are the best of friends, and we enjoy the family and the kids and all the games that we go to.
I've seen that before. I've seen that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, Johnny.
And of course, I love Pat in a different way now. And because we're family. But I thank Marianne always for introducing me to Pat. And we met them at about 72. And then we met their parents. And we used to come play here at the California Ballroom. And they were wonderful people, man. And Mr.
Louis
Alonso,
and Rosie.
Mr. Alonso was, he was one of us, man. And we loved him dearly también. So
Dice Gilbert Chapas, dice, manda saludos de parte de mí from Gilbert Chapas, allá de Florida.
Gilbert, ¿cómo estás, Gilbert? Thank you for tuning in and saying hello. I hope you're having a great day, carnal.
Yes. A lot of people tuned in, Johnny. A lot of people are tuned in today. Everybody on Facebook también. Gracias to everybody on Facebook.
All my Facebook people, where would I be without you?
It's beautiful to have so many friends. I finally hit, I think, 1,000 friends. I was happy.
Okay.
I was happy. Now it's time to delete. No te creas. So,
well, I clean it up every now and then because a lot of people drop off and I'm not aware of it. So every now and then, as they move or whatever, I don't know why, but I'll go through it and find, because I have the 5,000, but there's always new people who want to come in. So I'll go through it, and the ones that have dropped off are no longer active. I'll delete that so that it makes room for other people.
Yeah. We were talking about, Johnny, dreaming outside the box sometimes, or dreaming, not outside the box, but just dreaming. And
I've always been a dreamer, man.
Le digo,
all my life.
We're just talking about Melanie and I about the station. I see, and being realistic, I think she's on point, and I think I know what she's talking about. But I have a dream, though. I got a vision. You know what I mean?
The beautiful thing is that Melanie can see your dreams. And when you get partners like that can understand what you're talking about when you're talking about, because you talk to people about dreams and a lot of them don't understand it, don't want to hear it, don't grasp it, But if you don't have the imagination to dream, then you don't have the imagination to innovate. And Valentina and I, I'm going to do a Q&A, a question and answer. The one I did in Austin a couple of months ago. That was excellent, and I sold the book, and it was a Q&A, meaning that the people get to ask me questions.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do one of those at the Mexico Lindo restaurant in Union City. The Q&A is going to be on May 14th, and then the following Saturday, that's on a Sunday, the following Saturday is when I do the gig with the group from Salinas, the Monterey Bay Sound Machine. That I already did one gig with, and we're going to continue. It's a big band, Familia, 5 horns, 5 rhythm section, and we're going to. That's our next gig on May 20th at the Mexico Lindo. But they wanted to know if I would do a meet and greet the week before the gig, which on a Sunday, the 14th of May, and then JJ Amaya, who is with the radio station over here at the college in Fremont.
JJ Amaya, he's from the Bay Area.
Yeah, JJ. He's
awesome MC también, ¿verdad que sí?
Yes, wonderful friend, man. He's the one that hooked me up with Carlos Magdalena, the owner of Mexico Lindo. And he will be the MC. So he asked me, hey, Johnny, would you mind doing a Q&A when you, on the 14th of May when you come sell your book and meet and greet? And I said, no, I said, the only thing is that I'm going to warn you that, and I told Austin the same thing. I said, if they ask me something, I'm going to give them an honest answer. Whether it sits well or not is up to them, pero you ask me something, I'm going to answer you truthfully, And one of the questions that they asked me in Austin was, because they know my history, me and Valentina been together on and off for 15, 16 years now. And some lady was like, well, how's your relationship with Valentina? I said, we have a wonderful relationship. We're also business associates. She's helped me a lot, and she's helped me with the computer, working on the laptops, and got me up to par to be able to do certain things. And we just have a great relationship. But the best thing about me and Valentina is that whether she's in Vegas and I'm in Modesto or wherever, we can be together or apart, it doesn't matter. We always have each other's back. And that is the important thing in a relationship, that you always have each other's back and you're looking out for each other. So I told them that, and the lady just smiled, and they asked me all kinds of questions, and some I had to, give them honest answers, and they were sorry to hear what my answer was, but it was a true answer, But I'm going to be doing that. One of these days, I'm going to, get myself into a lot of trouble because
for saying the truth.
Yeah,
but you have to.
Speaking the truth.
You got to speak the truth, especially when you're like I said, me. I have some good friends And then I got some good friends that probably feel bad for me. But for the most part, I got some good friends, and they speak their mind. Mario, hey, never do this or never do that.
Yeah.
Melanie's my biggest critic. And again, and if it wasn't for her, like I said, and some other people in my life, I would not be where I'm at today because
and the way
I don't like people to lie to me, Johnny.
Right, I don't either. But the way I see that, we're having a Q&A, and these are fans that have been fans for a lifelong time, and they have questions about things that have happened within my career from when I was Latiniers, La Familia, Third Coast, and they don't know, if they read my book, they'll learn a lot about it, but not everything, and they're curious. They just want to know what happened at this point in life, of your life, and what happened in this point of your life, and that's why I give them the best and honest answer that I can give them, because they just want to, have a little bit of information as to what my life has gone through,
Wow. And we could sit and talk forever también.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So many stories, though. I mean, your book was beautiful, right? Everything about it. We read it. Well, Melanie read it to me. Did I tell you what we were doing? Every night we made it a point to read 2 to 3 pages.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, she would read it to me, though.
Ah, cool. That is cool.
Pero es cierto, though. But you, and I tell people this about Johnny Hernandez, besides being a very humble person, very respectful, you have stories forever. We talk about people. You talk about your music.
Well, I'm amazed, Mario, that when I'm talking to people and they ask me, do you remember or what? And it's the 70s, 80s, 90s, 60s, 50s, or whatever. And then I start thinking about it, and it amazes me. Gracias a mi Dios.
Yeah.
Que we've been around this long.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me.
You're not slowing down anytime soon, Johnny.
No, everything's working all right so far.
Yeah,
so.
no, heck no. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna play one more song de Mr. Johnny Hernandez porque me la pidieron. El Rebelde Johnny. That's a beautiful song también, ¿verdad? All your songs are great, ¿verdad? All your songs are great.
That's one of the biggest hits that I've had, man.
But you know which one's my favorite right now? Allá en el Rancho Grande.
Oh my God,
that is my favorite song, and I think because that was the time that my mom and I used to work together in the fields, right? And that was one of the songs that I always would sing to my mom. And allá en el Rancho Grande, I didn't know the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
And when I got to the part where I didn't know the lyrics, I was like, da, 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 da.
Well, there's a little story for that también. The way I came up with the intro for that was actually, I have to give the credit to Mr. Johnny Gonzalez from Sarapa Records. When I was living in Dallas in late 80s,
yeah,
I hooked up with him. We went to eat and, reminisce and all of that. And I was telling him that I was wanting to do a new album, and that's when I recorded Bob Gallarza produced, which is one of my best albums, if not the best, No Me Hagan Menos. And he produced and wrote all the arrangements and all of that.
Yeah.
I told Johnny Gonzalez that I was going to do El Rancho Grande. And he's the one that told me, you know what, Johnny? You should do the intro like this. Allá en el Rancho Grande, allá en el Rancho Grande, allá en el Rancho Grande. He gave me the idea. And I said, okay.
Wow.
That sounds like a good idea. And when I told Bob Gallarza, he did an excellent intro on it.
On doing it.
And that's why. And now you know the rest of the story.
Now I know the rest of the story. The lyrics are not the real lyrics. And now who invented the beginning of the intro?
Exactly. Johnny Gonzalez.
We have a lot of también that we give credit to people, and we're true about it. But I'd like to see, because we don't want to take all the credit for anything that somebody else thought of, like the creation of the logo for me, or some of the stuff that's happening now. I give full credit to my hermano Donnie Medina de Hueco, Texas, because again, we go back to giving credit. We don't think of all of it, guys.
It's a must, and it has to be done. You always give credit to where credit is due. And if you look at the Latiniers albums in La Familia, we always threw in there some credits to whoever for this or whatever. If we had an extra musician come in and do something, in one of the arrangements, it highlighted him. Joe always wrote down the credits. because we're big believers of give credit where credit is due. You know?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and hear El Rebelde Johnny Hernandez right here on Tejano Time.
Me emborracho porque sufro, porque traigo aquí en el pecho muchas ganas de llorar. ¿Para qué voy a negarlo? Haces falta aquí en mi vida, y a pesar de tu perfidia, yo te quiero mucho más. ¿Para qué voy a negarlo? Tú eres dueña de mi amor. Pero yo soy un rebelde y prefiero mi dolor. A negarlo, me emborracho porque sufro, porque traigo aquí en el pecho muchas ganas de llorar. ¿Para qué voy a negarlo? Haces falta aquí en mi vida, y a pesar de tu perfidia, yo te quiero mucho más. ¿Para qué voy a negarlo? Tú eres dueña de mi amor. Prefiero mi dolor.
bien, damas y caballeros, muchas gracias for hanging out with us today. Gracias to everybody that's on that grito box. Well, I'm not trying to ignore nobody. I'm just busy right now. Huh? I can't really multitask like a lot of people, pero saludos también to... I haven't even been on Facebook right now, Johnny. Have you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's take some time and say hello to everybody that's on Facebook. Salud para Emma. And Lupe allá de Oak Grove, California. También gracias a ustedes. Allá mero Raimundo Talavera.
Raimundo, how you doing, brother?
He's an awesome person there.
Wonderful person. Him and his lovely wife. They're just great people.
I met him a couple of years ago, I think it is.
Yeah.
And ever since then...
I've known him for several years now.
Awesome.
He's a wonderful person, man.
He does a lot of shows over there. Lowriders y todo esto.
Yeah, the great DJ and... got good sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's always putting something funny on Facebook.
He's with KKUP, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Right, yeah.
So he's going to have a show coming up right after this, a las 12, California time.
Right, and it also has one early in the morning, I believe, like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but I don't wake up that early, Johnny.
I'm barely going to sleep at that time.
Also también saludos para Thelma and Rick allá de Oregon. Gracias, my good friend. We're going to be heading out with them to... San Antonio, Texas. Si Dios quiere, ¿verdad que sí?
Well, I got a good friend there in Oregon, Raul Morin.
Raul Molina?
And his family, Raul.
Mm-hmm.
And then Junie Trevino in Pueblo, Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And I think we have some Canadians listening in.
Yes, we do. We do.
Canadian Royal Mounties. We want to say hello to the Canadian Royal Mounties, you know. Ya que están escuchando tu programa.
There you go. Para toda la gente de Salinas también.
Yes,
Salinas,
sir.
gracias.
Oh,
Turlock, Patterson, Salem, Oregon. También saludos a ustedes allá mero. Washington State también. Para todos los tejanos allá de Washington State. There's a lot of... también un saludo para Van Nuys, California. Escalon también. Saludos a todos ustedes allí. En Waco, Texas también. And Midland, Texas, también saludos para toda mi gente de Midland, Texas.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Midland. Where are they at?
Oh, Midland's over here coming towards West Texas on I-10, coming towards El Paso. Midland and Odessa, they're like...
Odessa.
They're like 10 miles apart, 15 miles apart, something like that.
Okay.
And those are great venues for going back to the Latinier days, man. We had so many great dances there in Midland and Odessa, both towns.
Both
wonderful
places.
people, friends that have been friends ever since we started out, and they're still going to the dances.
And también saludos para Dora Jean, your niece, ¿verdad que sí? Awesome supporter
El
right
tocayo,
here.
Mi tocayo Juan, her husband, yeah.
Yes.
Juan Magaña.
Also también para Tejano Lips again, Saz, DJ Saz, también Saz. And I like doing that. She does that Saz.
All right.
And to everybody on Tejano Lips, gracias también. DJ Califas también. Mande saludos para Califas, porque por eso lo corren cada vez, porque se porta mal.
No, Joe. Califas, how are you, my friend?
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
He's working right now, pobrecito, ¿verdad que sí?
Está bueno, pues le mandamos un saludo.
He's starting, just to let you know, he's starting his own radio station también.
Okay.
So it should be up and running here within the next couple of weeks. Probably it's going to be Califa's Radio.
Oh, how cool.
He's going to be playing some Tejano, mostly grupero music. You know, Los Freddys, Felinos.
Los Diablos. Rudy Arenas and Los Diablos, good friends of ours, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You know, we did the Hollywood Palladium together.
This is a true story. When I was with Tejano 24/7, me and Califa went out to Vegas, right? There was a guy, I didn't know who he was. Anyways, he was a tall guy, and he kept helping us out. And I'm like, who is this dude? Because every time we walk, he's shaking everybody's hand. Well, it come out to be that he's one of the originals, cantantes para Los Diablos.
Really?
Yes, and he had he wasn't sporting anything con Los Diablos. He was actually helping us. But he knew everybody. Wasn't he the original
Rudy
man?
Is the...
I think his name was Rudy.
Well, he's the leader.
Yeah.
And the singer and thin guy.
Yes, Arto.
Beautiful person, man. And we got to meet him in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
And we did some gigs together at the Hollywood Palladium. A couple of gigs.
Yeah.
And we had a ball, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a DJ now también.
Yeah.
But I think he's on the terrestrial radio.
Uh-huh.
If I'm
So
correct.
So Khalifa's going to be having his own radio pretty soon, coming up in a couple of weeks, dice. And again, playing música grupera. Some of the music that I was raised también was con los Diablos and Los Muecas.
Los Ángeles Negros.
Oh my goodness, we can go forever también with that kind of music right there,
Yes,
you know.
sir.
Anyways, we're going to be playing our last song with Mr. Johnny Hernandez. Johnny, real quick, give him a lowdown on what's going to be happening with Johnny in the next couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, I'm preparing for that gig for the March 5th.
Okay.
San Antonio, and just psyching myself out for it. And pretty soon I already got the flight and, going over my agenda, what's happening, and going over the songs, because I don't perform these songs.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and listen to them and familiarize myself with them. And
So when they see you walking around with headphones,
I'm
don't
listening.
bother you. You're working.
Well, when I do it a lot is when I'm working out.
Okay.
When I go work out, which is daily, if I can, unless something interrupts my schedule, I do it daily. But I listen to it, And so we'll be at the Patio and de Luz concert in San Antonio, Tobin Center for the Performing Arts on March 5th. It starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon with a lineup that's a killer. And want to invite everybody to that on behalf of Mr. Henry Peña and his associates, Jesse Garcia, and another gentleman, Richard Hernandez, I believe. And all his people that are working that Patio Andaluz concert. That's in March 5th. But then after that, I know that I'm going to be in Union City on May 20th.
Yeah.
At the Mexico Lindo restaurant. Really nice venue. And if you want to go, please call them up as soon as you can. Just look up Mexico Lindo because the tickets are already...
They're selling.
They're going fast, know. And
is there a way people can see this on Facebook or like a flyer?
I've got it on Facebook.
You got it on Facebook?
And I already put it on Facebook. That's why they started calling right away.
Okay.
And JJ announced that on his last Tuesday on his radio. Just announced when we did the deal. He went to it was his night to be on radio, and tons of people started calling in right away for tickets.
Okay.
So if you're interested in going, be sure and call in right away. But the Sunday before, May 20th is a Saturday. The Sunday before that, May 14th, I'll be doing the meet and greet at the Mexico Lindo there in Union City.
Okay.
And I'll have the book on sale there and Q&A, questions and answers.
There you go.
A ver cómo nos va.
Yeah. Wow, Johnny, you don't stop, man. I always say that. Johnny never stops. We're going to continue doing what we're doing.
I'll be recording in between here and then. You were asking what I'll be doing for the next 2 weeks. And all in between all this, Joseph Martinez and I are like, we'll get through. We're going to master that first song with the Valentina.
Yeah.
Because we mixed it. I'm going to listen to it a couple of times this week. He's going to listen to it just to make sure. Then he's going to master it, and then we'll listen to it again. And then we're going to get on to a song that I wrote for Valentina.
Yeah.
I just wrote it. Ahora que we started this project, I wrote it about a month ago, and then we'll get on that one next.
Yeah.
And just continue like that. It's a never-ending thing when you go into the studio.
Yeah.
It's a long process and a lot of work, and I love it.
Busy, being busy,
enjoying it.
Wow, Johnny,
it isn't work because I enjoy it.
Right? No, but it has to be somewhat work. I know.
Well, it's a lot of work, but when you enjoy what you do,
it makes it easy.
It isn't work. That's what.
Okay.
Say,
Johnny, we've been talking for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh my God, amazing.
Como les digo, I always tell people, man, Johnny can talk forever. That's not a bad thing, Johnny, when I say that, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, man.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that now.
Yeah, okay.
No, but we could talk forever, Johnny, and that's...
Well, it's always a great time whenever I meet up with you here and we talk, because we enjoy talking about our people, our culture, our music, things that are relevant to what we do and cities. Like como ahorita, you keep saying Waco, and every time I hear Waco, I think of my hometown Temple. You know? So everything is mixed in one way or the other.
Yeah, so we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about. And again, to everybody that was tuned in today on Tejano Times, gracias. Everybody that was on that grito box también, thank you guys for the big support here. Everybody around the world, Johnny Hernandez, especially you, my good man, for taking the time. I want to invite you back, though, and I want to do something a little bit different. We don't have to do it next month or, you know, but coming soon, though.
Okay.
I would like to bring you back.
Okay.
Now that I know that you can talk for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to bring you back so you can school me on some good music.
Oh, well.
And I would like for you to just come in here and sit and say, Mario, play this one.
Oh, okay.
And we'll play 2 hours of Johnny's favorite music. How's that?
Oh, that'd be excellent.
I mean, we'll mix it up.
Yeah, you're talking about my favorite music from different artists?
Yeah, but you got the bad thing about it, you're going to have to give me a list before because...
Like, for example, the first thing that came to mind right now, I would say, do you have Vestido de Blanco de Carlos Guzman?
Yes,
yes. That would be something like that. You know?
Okay. So,
you know,
would you be willing to come back?
Yes. Do you have Gilbert Rodriguez? Hay un momento.
You see, that's something that's why I would have to go to work today.
Right. I'll make a list of songs to think about.
And then you come in and you'll be the DJ for the day, right? And I'm going to be cueing the music.
Well, I'll tell you what. You better have Talk to Me by Sonny.
Yeah, I know. I do have that one. I know I have that one.
All right. Well, listen, we can go on and on. But thank you again for the invitation and the hospitality. And again, I'm so proud of what you and Melanie are doing.
Thank you.
Your own radio station at Tejano Times. And it's just another extension and a step forward into the Tejano music into the 21st century.
That's right.
So congratulations.
That's right. Thank you, Johnny. And like I said, from me and Melanie, we want to network with everybody. You know what I mean? We want to work con todos. You know what I mean? So
that's the only way to do it, you know.
Yes. So damas y caballeros, ya con esta los despedimos. Just to let you guys know that later on today, como las 4 o'clock, I will be doing another show, and we get to hang out with me this afternoon también. So 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be back on the air here on Tejano Times doing a double show on a Saturday. That's never been done with me. I don't get to DJ tonight, so I'm gonna I'm gonna mess around here today. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So gracias to everybody in Florida. Gracias mi gente allá de Patterson, California, Turlock, Modesto, Sacramento, Elk Grove, and toda mi gente aquí de California, Fresno. I know you guys were tuning in también. Kansas City, Michigan, Detroit. Gracias a mi gente allá mero. También saludos para Jamming Jess that was tuned in. And saludos para toda la gente allá de Texas. Midland, Texas. También Odessa that was tuned in.
Yes, sir.
Waco, Texas. También mi gente de Austin, Texas. También gracias. And San Antonio, we're going to see you guys in a few weeks. And mi gente de Washington, Idaho. Y saludo para mi gente allí de Oregon. Rick and Thelma, good friends of mine that are tuned in también. So, damas y caballeros, ya con esta me despido con Johnny Hernandez. Por un amor, and I go to cue the phone, and then it did not come up, Johnny.
Te digo, hombre. Where am I? I'm daydreaming off somewhere.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, gracias to everybody on Facebook. También, que Dios me lo guarde para siempre. I will be back this afternoon at 4 p.m.
ha sido.